I'm just a girl who absolutely loves her country and France. It was always a dream for me to represent India and to share how incredibly incredible India is. And I'm so glad that I got that opportunity not once, but twice. Salut tout le monde, this is Karishma and today I'm going to share with you all how you can represent India or your country in France. In 2017, I went to France for the very first time when I was selected by AMICIF for a cultural exchange program, and it was one of the most magical and dreamy summers of my life, where I got an opportunity to not only represent India amongst 22 other countries, but at the same time learn so much more about French culture, make friends from different corners of the world, and moreover, this was an all-sponsored trip by the organization. Every year in the month of July, AMICIF organizes a cultural exchange program in association with the Lions Club of France, welcoming French-speaking students from all over the world to represent their country, their culture, and at the same time bask in French culture. This program is a dream come true for every French language learner because first of all, it's an all-sponsored program except your flight tickets. And secondly, it offers you with great exposure of different cultures and of France at a very young age. I know all this sounds like a dream already and we are mentally already in France, but let's first see who all are eligible to apply for this program. So you need to be between 18 to 24 years of age, you need to have at least a B1 level in French, and you need to be unmarried. Yay to all the singles in the house. So if you're amongst those lucky ones who fall in that criteria, let's now see how do you apply for this program. And here I'm going to share with you all 7 things that you all are going to need to apply. And I'm going to talk about each one of these a lot more in detail in the later part of this video. So the first thing that you need to do before you even start applying is decide which center would you want to apply for. Secondly, you need to write a Lettre de Motivation saying why should you be selected for this program. Thirdly, you need a Lettre de Recommandation from your French teacher and a Lettre de Parrainage. And fourthly, you need to record a video of yourself speaking in French and also attach that to your dossier. And fifth thing that you need is you need to compile all of this and send the mail along with the form that you're going to fill on the AMICIF website. And last but not the least, don't forget to attach all extracurricular activity related certificates that could really justify why you should be selected. Also, the deadline for the program is generally 28th of February, end of February. So make sure you send in all your documents before that date. Okay, so let's get into a lot more detail about each of these things. The first one is choosing your center. It depends on which age bracket do you fall into because certain centers are for 18 to 21 and others are for 21 to 24. So the age bracket would definitely help you choose one. And secondly, it's also where your interest lies because every center is around a certain area in France, and also it has a definite theme. So you need to see if that theme interests you, if that's a part of France you would like to visit. And honestly, it doesn't matter because every center is beautiful in its own way. So since this program is a lot more competitive, as there are only 10 to 12 Indians that are selected every year, so I would recommend you all can also check out the new centers that keep coming up and apply to those. To give you all an example, I was in CIFA in 2017 and our theme was L'art de vivre en Limousin. So our center was mainly around the region of Limousin in France, and since it was l'art, there were a lot of art related activities that we did. So your center, the theme of the center matters because the activities are going to be around that theme. Talking about the Lettre de Motivation, I've already done a detailed video on that, so go check that out. The only difference here would be that it can be a lot more informal because it's like you narrating your story, so you can keep it informal and original at the same time. Also, there are some things that need to be highlighted in the Lettre de Motivation. Like, since it's a cultural exchange program, you need to highlight how you are going to bring Indian culture and showcase that in France. So when I had applied, I'd already learned Indian classical dances, yoga, and if there's any musical instrument you play, so you should definitely highlight that too. Apart from that, mention your extracurricular activities, especially if you've done any voluntary work. So definitely highlight that. And thirdly, you need to talk about which center are you choosing, why are you choosing this center, why does the theme of that center interest you, and also why have you been learning French, why do you love this language, and why is it your dream to go to France. And moreover, this has to be a handwritten letter. So make sure you write it, take a scan of it, and then attach it to your mail. So the Lettre de Recommandation needs to be from your French language teacher, and it's better to take it from someone who's taught you one of the recent levels instead of A1. And it's where they highlight your French language skills. And secondly, the other letter is Lettre de Parrainage. It can be taken from someone who is part of the embassy, Alliance Francaise, Lions Club, any other organization, or even from your French teacher, your university teacher, or from someone who's already been on the program. The only difference between these two letters is that the first one, it talks about your French language skills, whereas the second one talks more about you as a person, your personality. So it's better to take it from someone who knows you personally. Now, the video is basically for testing your French language speaking skills. And honestly, when I applied back in 2017, we didn't have so many video editing tools and all of that. At least it wasn't as easier to edit them before. So you can get really creative with your video. Try not to repeat the same things that you've written in your Lettre de Motivation. So just be confident speaking in French, and you can share any other skill that you have. Like, I know some people who recorded themselves dancing or singing. Since the time limit is 3 minutes, so you can get as creative as you want to be and edit the video in for that maximum period of 3 minutes. Now let's talk about what exactly do you do for this 1 month in France. Every center honestly has different activities planned, but I'll be sharing with you all some things that are common for all centers. So the first thing that's common for everyone is that you'll meet in Paris for about 3-4 days, where you have a soirée d'ouverture, and every country in this soirée d'ouverture will perform. Some people sing, some dance, some act. So it's basically, again, portraying your culture in front of many others. And it's an amazing feeling, honestly, to be amongst so many people of different nationalities. And during those couple of days in France, you meet people from your center, and they also take you to some of the touristy places in France, in Paris, I mean. So you can, that's about that for the first part. Then secondly, you then go to your specific centers. So wherever you have applied for, since the centers are, located in all different corners of France. So you go to your respective center, and generally there is also a 1-week stay with a host family. That could be at the beginning or at the end of the program. So that depends. And during that 1-week stay with the host family, my host parents, they were celebrating their 60th birthday. So they'd organized this huge party where they'd welcomed so many of their friends. And it was amazing being part of that and meeting so many French people and talking to them that evening. And the French, even though they're old, they love to party. So we were partying till like about 4 in the morning. So, and then they also took us to a lot of different sites around that city. So with the host families, they take you around. Again, it's very specific and it varies. So I don't think I could say something that applies to all host families, but I'm sure that that experience is really amazing. And secondly, all of y'all would have a soirée de clôture. So for that, you start preparing about 15 days in the program, and you learn dances of different countries. Like I learned the dance of Russia, of Mexico, and also taught Indian dance to so many people of different nationalities. That again was an amazing feeling. And so these are some things that are common to all of y'all. And what we also had was that there were a presentation that we had to do about our country, and every country had to present their country in the evening. So we, in the mornings, we used to have a sortie, and in the evenings, we used to have these country presentations. So like me and my another friend from India, since has so much to offer, it was very difficult to choose what we wanted to talk about, but we chose about marriages in India at that point of time, because they are honestly really fun and very different from marriages abroad. So we spoke about that, and also about Indian cuisine and how it's different in different parts of India. So we did that, and also I was dressed in a sari for that particular event, and we gave gifts to everyone. We gave a diya to everyone, and it's amazing to see that so many of my friends still have that. So like this, every evening, every country presented, and we learned so much about their country, and they planned interesting activities. They got something from their country so that we could taste that. We also had a cuisine jumons where everybody from 22 different countries, they prepared some of their famous favorite dishes. And honestly, that was an amazing experience in itself. And I'll just show you all, in fact, what I had made with my friend. Yeah, so we have this book in which there is the recipes written of what everyone had cooked. And okay, I'm trying to find the Indian one. Yeah, so me and my friend, we made vada pav, and we made chana chol garam, since we were both from Mumbai and we wanted to portray Mumbai street food. So yeah, we did manage to make that. Another highlight of this program is that you get to speak in French for an entire month, because you have your friends are going to be from so many different countries, and you're going to meet so many French people, so you're bound to speak in French for entire 30 days. So it really helps you escape that trap. Probably you're stuck in that trap in your head of translating from English to French all the time, so it helps you escape that for sure. Another advantage is that you get to celebrate 14th of July in France, which is La Fête Nationale, and the vibe in the country during that time is in itself really beautiful to experience. So apart from all these activities, I'll tell you all something that was very particular to our center, and I found this. So towards the end, each of us, we have this book. Whoever was part of CIFA, it's like a souvenir for life. And every single day after the outing, a group of stagiaires used to write like a report on what we did that particular day in French, of course, which was then later printed in this book. And I was just going through it to share with you all what all we did. So every single day, Lions Club had organized a different outing for us. So we went to a lot of museums, painter workshops, since our theme was around that. And also the region was known for making porcelain. So we went to a lot of porcelain factories, and we saw the entire process. We also went to a Gucci workshop. So a workshop where Gucci gloves were made. So that was amazing. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to take any pictures for obvious reasons. We had treks planned, kayaking planned in Dordogne, which still is my favorite experience in France because it was so beautiful. So these are just some ideas. Honestly, we did a lot more, but I could go on and on and on. So I'll stop here. Also, this program is very different than Assistant d'Anglais, I would say, or even visiting France as a tourist, because it helps you experience authentic and the true culture of France because of the people you're traveling with. And also you're traveling with experiencing all of this with people from 22 different nationalities. It can't honestly be put into words. So that's how it's definitely different, and I would recommend experiencing it before going on Assistant d'Anglais. Also, I would like to highlight here that this program is not a picnic. You have been given an opportunity to represent India in France, so you have to do a great job doing that, and at the same time take efforts to understand France, French culture, other cultures, and speak French during the entire month. The results are generally out by end of March, and then it's very easy to apply for the visa because you have those official documents of invitation, and also the visa fees are waived off for you. Another thing that you should do is get gifts and give gifts to your host parents and also the new friends that you're going to make in France. And everything else, I think you would be guided depending on your center on what's to be done next. This is a great program to start off and create your Lakahaanifrancaise. And for those of you all who don't know, I went to France in 2017 as in AMICIF and then as an Assistant d'Anglais in 2019, all while studying law, which permitted me in the end to create Lakahaanifrancaise and teach French to students situated all over the world. Before ending this video, I would like to call someone who inspired me to go on this program and in fact inspired me to start learning French. Salut tout le monde! So this is my sister Kritika who also went on the program in 2016.
Right, so I went to CFEN, which is the center in Normandy in 2016, and it was an amazing experience. I mean, Normandy was beautiful, the landscape. Even the people there were really warm, welcoming, met so many amazing people. My host family was great. I think my best experience throughout the entire center was meeting such amazing people, interacted with people from all over the world and built such strong connections with them in such a short period of time. So much so that when I recently went to Europe for just a vacation, I caught up with friends that I'd made during CFEN. So that was great to know that you can still stay in touch with them after so long as well.
And is there any favorite place, your favorite place from your time in the program?
So Normandy was beautiful. I think there are multiple places that I love. There was a small village, I forget the name, but that's I think the second most beautiful village in all of France, and that was beautiful. That was like a short day in that village, walked around the whole thing. There was this cute little book stand there, so you exchange books. You give a book and then you take a book. That was a very cool concept back then. Another was, so we walked across the sand to Mont Saint-Michel, and that was just incredible. That was really cool. And there's a lot of quicksand in between, so you need to have a guided tour or you need to, plan ahead before going. So I'm really glad because the people that took us there had everything planned to the T, and Lions Club had everything. It was planned great. And so we also visited a few churches, and we went to the top of the church. So it felt like you're back in like a Harry Potter or a Famous Spy movie, which is not an experience that you get to do easily on your own.
Yeah, I really want to go to Normandy too real soon. So I hope we've convinced you to apply for this program. Don't forget that the last date, the deadline is 28th of February. Merci et bonne chance.
Merci.
I hope this video was helpful for you and you're more than excited to create the best version of your Lakahaanifrancaise. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with other French language learners and with your friends. Moreover, don't forget to follow me on Instagram on Lakahaanifrancaise, where I keep sharing everything French with y'all. À bientôt!